Oh, I guess I don't need these anymore, huh? All right. Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Saw some early birds here, Sandra. Hi, and Geraldine. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you, Braden and Janice. And Brian. Love it. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? Nope. All right. So yes, the Venus retrograde nightmare continues. Hi there, Miss Liz. I know. You got quite a few things going on right now. I don't know why we both, me and Z, have to go live at the same time. But apparently that's what we do now. All right. Okay. Yeah, so gosh, where do I even begin? Well, first of all, let's celebrate. Let's all give a big yay, because I officially made it past my 1-year anniversary for my YouTube channel. So I'm pretty happy and excited about that. I did it, guys. I did it for a whole year so far. Who would have known a year ago all of my exposing myself would lead here? Yeah, I think you've been here for every single one, Miss Liz. I think you have been. And thank you for that. I so appreciate that. I remember just even when I first started, I got myself all pumped up, okay, and excited and ready to go to do live streams. And I got my YouTube channel ready and together. And then I went to go live stream, and I found out that you couldn't actually live stream without having a set of 1,000 people. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you here. You needed 1,000 subscribers to stream, is what it said, from your phone. Okay, and I was planning on doing it from my phone. So I was like, oh no, I mean, I had a computer, but I didn't know quite how to set it up on that. And well, it's because I had to find out through doing research, figuring like, man, how do I stream? How do all these other people stream? I know people stream that don't have 1,000 subscribers. What is going on? It's because you have to do it from your computer. So, but first I had to get, was it 50? I had to get 50 subscribers. And so over the 2 or 3 days, I just posted on Facebook and Instagram, and I did Instagram lives, which I eventually downloaded and put onto my YouTube channel. But I remember just being so happy that I even had 50 people, that it seems like so much. It still does. It still does seem like so much. But now I've actually made it to 500. I'm so happy about that. Wow, 500 people subscribe to my channel. Hi, Queen Victor. Nice to see you here. Oh, wow. But I am excited for the day that I eventually get 1,000, because then I can do this from my phone, and I can go out and do this from outside somewhere and not have to take my whole setup. Because, I was thinking about that outside of my backyard today. I was thinking, I do kind of miss being outside for these streams. It was really nice to do them next to my beautiful willow tree, Esmeralda. And now she's lost a big branch, so there's a lot less hanging down in the background. But I just remember that part of the reason that I kind of pulled back from doing those outside, besides it being winter and it getting cold and I couldn't do it outside anymore, was the fact that my microphone's pretty good, and it would pick up the birds. I have a huge family of blue jays that hangs around my house because I throw peanuts out there every morning, and sometimes in the middle of the day if I see them outside. If they come outside and they're looking at me, I'm like, I know you want a peanut, so I throw them some. So they just get really loud. So I decided, okay, no, I'm just gonna stay indoors for my streams for now. But yeah, I don't know how everyone else has been holding up. Let me know in the chat, how has this Venus retrograde been affecting you? Have you noticed a lot of it seems like I'm just getting pummeled with things. It's this roller coaster of terror and maybe some relief, and then terror, and then a little bit of relief. And I honestly don't know what's going to happen, guys. It's quite a scary process. I will tell you that much. It is quite a scary process. And I've been through the ringer at this point, being a mom of 6 and being afraid that I'm not going to have a home to live in has to be one of the scariest things that I've ever experienced in my entire life, because even in the past when it was threatened to me, like because my ex threatened the same thing um when me and him didn't work things out and stuff like that. And I just always thought that we could come together as co-parents and do what was best for the children and not just think about ourselves. I just kept holding out hope that these men that I've attracted into my life would be able to rise above whatever disagreements that we have, and not scare the children, you know? Sadly, that is not the world that we live in. It's not the world that is around right now. And so it's been quite a wake up call for me over this past year, okay, of living in this house it's nice and it's clean and it's full of space for me and my children. But, especially compared to the last home that I lived in, but mentally and emotionally, it has taken a toll on me that I would never wish on another person. I would never wish this on another parent, especially. Like, it's been very hard. I'm just going to say that, guys. It's been very hard. I'm still working on trying to find out where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do when it comes to this situation. Obviously, the person that I'm living with is toying with me. I'll just put it that way. They're toying with me. Because, like, at no point in time did they come and ask to work something out with me in a way that definitely could have happened. You know what I'm saying? If they just been willing to be more upfront and honest in the same ways that I have tried to be here with them about everything. So yeah, I really don't want to get too much into it other than that, because I'm pretty positive that they still watch these streams. Okay. And so honestly, it kind of even affects me when I'm doing my tarot readings. I've noticed that the past couple times, like I've almost held back and not said exactly what I was thinking and feeling, because I'm worried about how they're going to take that, because they're very, when it comes to these types of things, readings and stuff like that, they take it in a certain way and they will use it and they will twist it against me all the time. Like, even my son tried to come to my defense and stand up for it and just express himself and how this whole situation has affected him. And even that got turned and used against me. I even, at this point, this is the last detail I'm going to give, but it broke me to the point where I'm like, literally broke me, where I've basically just been waking up crying immediately upon waking up. Heart palpitations, lost weight, insomnia, like brain fog, just the worst stress load that you can imagine, in the signs of that, that you can imagine. And so I said to this person, I'm like, please just give us the time that we need to find a place. And I was like, I will beg, plead, and grovel. And they corrected me on how to spell grovel. That's the kind of thing I'm dealing with. And it kind of goes like this. It's like when you're going through something and someone is doing something, okay, and it's so traumatizing, okay, and then suddenly they light that up and they give you a little bit of hope, okay, and so it's like, oh, such a relief, you know what I'm saying? But that essentially is the trauma bond. That is the trauma bonding, okay? So it's been still very, very trying. Please pray for me. Please pray that I can find my way out of this situation and that I can find a safe and stable living environment for me and my 6 children, because we need it and we deserve it. And if I'd known what I know now back then, I would have made completely different decisions. But hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020. So to move on from that, okay, I will say that I'm well on my way still. I'm saving for my car. Okay, and thank everyone for the donations. I thank you guys so much. If I know I'm not going through every single name of everyone that is donated so far, but I plan on getting a list together and at least making a post to really truly thank everyone from the bottom of my heart who has reached out and donated to me. And still, I'm definitely taking donations still. I'm still saving up. I need a reliable car in order to do my job, which is door dashing, which I've been like just working my ass off lately, and really trying to bring in as much as I can in order to get as quality a car as I can so that I can continue to do what I do. Okay, so yeah, basically I think that's what I have to say. Miss Liz put the links in the chat, okay, for if you do want to help me out and donate to me getting a new car and saving for a new place to live, a new safe place. Because I can't take my children to a homeless shelter is what it comes down to. I'm just really trying to avoid going to a homeless shelter. And yeah, that's the state of the nightmare that I continue to be living. And that is why I made my graphic today that said the nightmare continues. And then we're going to go over really very quickly here the new anime that I watched, that my son watched with me. And here's the thing. I think part of the reason, because my son Isaac and we really have similar tastes when it comes to shows. And there was actually fairy beings in this show. Okay, they weren't in it right away, but and there's still lots of manga afterward. Like I watched the anime, but the manga is still going, so I'm actually catching up on that. But man, let me tell you guys, this is the first anime / show that I have ever watched, especially considering what's going on in my life right now. And it, pardon my French, it fucked me up. It fucked me up. I'm like, oh my God. Like, and the thing is, I could see like, and I guess I'll just explain it this way. It's like, towards the ending of the anime, they really built it up. And the music, my God, the music in this anime is so moving. It really just, it gives it a type of edge that I'm not, that is very rare to come across when it comes to uniquely. You know what I'm saying? It's rare to come across something so unique when it comes to animes like this. So, and it's an older anime, so I was actually quite surprised. And, obviously it hovers around three people. It's usually a three-person dynamic, when it comes to these types of shows. And spoilers, just telling you guys right now, Berserk spoilers. I don't really anticipate much of you trying to go out and watch this, but it hovers around these three characters. This man named Griffith, who has light blue hair, okay, and he has a mercenary band, and he comes across a teenage boy who has had to work his whole life to become a great swordsman, and he's like carries this huge long sword. He's called the Black Swordsman, okay, because he's just so able to go in and just wipe entire companies out, okay. It goes between those two characters and a female character who was rescued by the blue-haired guy, Griffith, okay. She was rescued from a sexual assault, okay, and so she pledged herself to the mercenary band, okay, and Griffith, this character Griffith, who led the mercenary band, he has a special little necklace that he always wears that he got that is this little red, it's like a red teardrop looking thing, and it's got a face on it, but the face pieces are all like in different spots. They're not, but occasionally the eye opens. And he says that he was told by whoever gave this to him that it meant that he would be king of the kingdom one day. And so that's his dream. His dream was to become king of this kingdom, and him and Guts, his best friend, okay, and this woman end up working their way up to the top and actually becoming nobility. Like his dream is actually coming true, okay? But then Guts, all right, Guts overhears Griffith telling the princess who he's trying to get close to so he can marry, so he can become that king, all right? Guts overhears Griffith basically telling the princess that those people, his company, is not his friends. That they're loyal comrades and soldiers, but they're not his friends. The only person who could ever be a friend to him is someone who had a dream that was equal to his. He said if people follow him for his dream, then they're not his equals, and so therefore they're not friends. And Guts overhears this, and he's like, well, now I want a real friend, So he decides, after all the hard work and getting Griffith all the way to the top, he's going to leave the company, all right, and find his own dream. Griffith absolutely is crushed from this. Okay, and he makes some really bad decisions, and he goes, and this takes place, and I thought it was funny because they keep talking about the Tudors in it. So this tells me that this was trying to take place in England, right? Back when the Tudors dynasty was still ongoing, so medieval England. Okay, and so Griffith leaves, and even though, Guts leaves, and even though Griffith had climbed all the way up to the top, he made a mistake, and that mistake, and this was so crazy, that mistake was going and sleeping with the princess one night. After Guts left, he was just so devastated, he just wanted some comfort, and he goes to the princess, and they end up sleeping together, and one of the maids, a maid sees them, and because this maid sees them, he gets ratted out. And the next day, when he hops out and he tries to leave in the early morning hours, a bunch of soldiers come around and they arrest him. And Guts doesn't know any of this happens because he went off to chase his own dream, find his own dream, because he just wanted to be friends, real true friends with Griffith. So he doesn't know that he gets arrested, that the mercenary band gets completely demolished, all right, or like outcast, because they don't really kill them all. They run away and they get outcasted. But they take Griffith and they lock him in a dungeon so many levels down below the earth, and they basically torture him for an entire year. And so what does Griffith do the entire year that he's down in this dungeon being starved to death, and they cut out his tongue and he has to wear this iron mask over him the whole time and everything like that? He just sits there and he stews on his hatred for Guts. He blames Guts, okay, for all of this bad stuff happening to him. And so when Guts finally finds out, with the female lead named Casca, when he finally finds out, he's so devastated too that happened. He goes to rescue Griffith. They all do. Okay, like the whole band of mercenaries, like, we'll just rescue Griffith and then we'll be back to the way we used to be. It's like, it felt so relatable right now, honestly, in my life, because it happened over a year span. Okay, so for 1 year, they were at the height of the highest they could be, all these things working out, to the next year when everything was just demolished and destroyed and his dream was made into nothing. Okay, and so they rescue him, and Griffith, then at some point he lost the necklace, but this is a magic necklace. Obviously, it's an anime, so it's a magic necklace. And at one point, even the face starts to shapeshift, So Griffith, now seeing that Guts and Casca, the female lead, made a connection when she finally accepted that she was never going. She originally was interested in Griffith, but when she comes to the realization that that's never really going to happen, she ends up acknowledging her true feelings for Guts, and they end up getting together. And like, you're like, oh yay, finally, here's some of the good stuff that's going to happen. Like, how's this going to end? And I had no idea where they were going to take it. Okay. Because I really believe that, spirit brings certain things that I'm watching into my life at certain points for certain reasons, and so here I am watching this. All right. And I'm like, oh man, like, what's about to happen? Griffith finally, he's so upset that he manages to somehow pick up his physically weak body, and he gets into a wagon, and he just tries to leave, okay, because he's just so angry, and he can't even talk because he doesn't have a tongue, right? And he ends up in this lake, and in this lake, the sewage from the city was pouring into it, and he finds the necklace, the red necklace, and he'd heard a certain saying that went with it, that something about flesh and blood needing to be the thing that activates it, right? And so Griffin is just so so distraught that he tries to kill himself. Upon trying to kill himself, he starts leaking blood, and with the necklace in his hand, the blood hits the necklace, and that is when shit hits the fucking fan. I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot today, guys, but that is when it hits the fan, truly. And it really reminded me of I don't know how many of you have had this experience or not. If anyone who's ever had a bad trip on psychedelics, okay, like it reminded me very much of that. It was like I had this really bad trip one time, honestly, and it was the thing that made me kind of steer clear of mushrooms from that point on. But I remember someone told me I'd taken some, okay, and I'd had good experiences before, and I'd taken some, and the person I was with whispers to me, says, just so you know, you have to really be in a good place, otherwise things can really go wrong. They can go really bad. That was all he needed to say, and it sent me into a spiral, and that's exactly the feeling of what the end of this show gave me was this type of feeling, because the whole landscape, okay, turns into exactly what's on the picture that I have for the thumbnail, which is like red faces and grotesque beings and demons. And that was when, and that is when we find out that the necklace was actually given to Griffith on purpose by demons, because they saw his potential to become a demon. And now that he had been so filled himself with hate, they gave him the opportunity. They said, come and be one of us, join us. Okay. And all these, and all his mercenary band people who had rescued him were there seeing this. The whole landscape turns it into this absolute nightmare, apocalyptic hellscape. Okay. And they all get branded with a ruin sign. All right. As unholy sacrifices. And that is what they're going to be. They're going to be sacrifices for Griffith to become a full-fledged demon. Oh my God, guys. There's got to be a way out. This can't be the ending of it. I'm thinking as I'm watching this, as I'm feeling this dread inside me, as I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like that's exactly what I'm freaking living right now, almost in a way, symbolically, emotionally. And sure enough, every single person, you're led to believe that every single person dies. But then I remembered at the very beginning of the episode, the whole thing starts as a flashback to what happened to him, but he was still alive. So somehow he does get to escape. Him, Casca, the woman, okay, and I guess a younger character, okay, which was a young boy who was part of the mercenary group. All right, and so yeah, guys, it messed me up. It messed me up watching this. I'm just like, because honestly, we all know that truly demonic consciousness and demons are actually real things. All right. And so it honestly reminded me somewhat of, I wonder, like, if they're, SRAs, right? I don't want to say the words SRAs. Like, is this what people have experienced before? Is it like, I feel like this is something that someone could truly have experienced and felt and had this come, like, because it almost felt like it shifted them out of the dimension into another, like, lower realm or something. Because I haven't read the rest of the manga yet, so I don't know how he ended up escaping. I just know that he does end up escaping, and then his dream now, he picks up the sword to kill and fight demons. Okay, so yeah, I had to get that out. I had to share it with people because I was just like so blown away by this story, and just how synchronistic it felt like. It's very it was definitely a hard watch. It was a hard thing to go to sleep that night after watching that and being like, this is exactly, like, it was forcing me to be honest about what I was really feeling like. Like literally waking up to a nightmare. I don't know how I'm going to get out. Don't know where I'm going to go. Yeah, I think I'm putting on a pretty good face though here, right, guys? I mean, I'm trying to focus. I'll tell you what it does do. It does help you focus and realize what is really truly the most important things in life. The only thing that really makes me feel better is just being around my children. I'm so happy. Thank God I have these children that I can be with and who love me and who I love, and where we can find comfort in one another and take care of one another emotionally, because I feel like that's what really hangs on and matters in life in the long run, is the emotions that you're left with. Like, that's really truly the experience of life, is the emotional aspect of it. And so yeah, gosh, I don't know what else you guys are experiencing. I just know that not that I can totally blame it all on the Venus retrograde, but I blame a large portion of it on that. Like that this is the part of the life lessons that were meant to come to me at this point. I just had no idea it was going to be so freaking hard, all like non-stop. Like, what is going on? Like, give me a freaking break here, guys. Like, whoo. So yeah, I love you guys. Yes, I see you. Hi, Joanna. I don't know if I said hi to you yet, but thank you all for being here. Hi there, Jesse. Nice to see you here. Yep. And yes, it's definitely been a rough time. I know you're feeling it, Joanna. I know you are definitely going through it. So prayers for all of us here that are going through these hardships and needing to find our way out, needing to see that light at the end of the tunnel. For sure. I did say a lot of prayers here before I opened up the space to start this stream. So I'm just kind of reading a little bit on the chat, guys, what you guys are saying here. Okay. Yes. Demons are, I'm reading Queen Victor's here. It says, the demons are desperate right now. They're going for it. That's exactly right. And that's exactly what it felt like, dealing with the situation that I'm dealing with right now. Like, the fact that I was broken, like, I don't say this lightly. Like, I could hear the almost pleasure in the voice of this person. Like, when I finally talked to them, I could hear it. Like, wow, this is what I'm truly dealing with. Like, I mean, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to end up wrong about it. And for a minute there, I thought maybe I was wrong the whole time, when they are coming back, like, we can work something out, like, okay, all right. Like, but the conditions that were starting to be spoken about, as far as what it would mean to do that, it's terrifying, guys. I ain't gonna lie, it's terrifying. But I have faith now. I'm getting more hopeful, because I just know that, bottom line, what truly matters, it's the love that I have for my friends and my family, my support group here. You guys are definitely, you encourage me, you support me in coming out here week after week after week, and I cannot thank you enough for that. I cannot thank you enough for the people who write me and ask me, like, are you going live today? And even at the suggestion of me not, they're like, I really hope you change your mind. I hope you do. And that really means a lot to me. So thank you. I just really hope that feeling conveys through my words to all of you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Queen Victor. We have each other here. Yes. So I did get more fortune cookies. Yay. It's all right, Dennis. Welcome. Let's see. I did get more fortune cookies. Yay, I got a whole bag. And I got some very appropriate fortunes already from the couple that I have pulled for myself during the week. But let's get ready and let's move on. Let's move forward. I don't think they do make different flavored fortune cookies, Jesse. I could definitely look into that. These ones are honestly the best tasting fortune cookies that I've come across too. Let's see what the name brand of this. Golden Bowl. It's got a little picture of, looks like bananas on it, but yeah. So, all right, let's pick a fortune. I'm gonna shuffle these up a little bit. What does the collective need to hear, God? What does the collective need to hear? Which one? This one? This one? Oh, I don't know. I don't really. I feel it. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Let's hope it's a good one. All right. So here we go. All right. Give us a message for the collective. Give us a good fortune cookie message. What do we need to hear? Really, what do we need to hear? Not so much about being good, just what do we need to hear? All right, here we go. Boop. Oh, I almost couldn't get that out. Didn't want to rip the fortune cookie. The fortune. Oh, Lord, guys. Lord. This is what we need to hear. Beware the fury of a patient man. Beware the fury of a patient man. Yeah. I can't imagine. Can't imagine. Pretty much know that. Pretty much already know that. So I'm going to take a deep breath on that one. Yes, guys. If that's not that's not a sign. My fortune cookies start off like this. I don't know what is. So I just hope I didn't say too much. Because like I said, I feel like I'm not even safe in these spaces anymore. I feel like I'm not even safe here on my stream anymore. You know, if I say the wrong thing, who knows? Who knows what will happen? I don't know. I'm just really hoping that that I can find a safe and stable place for my home, for my children to have a home in. That's really all I'm looking for at this point. I don't even know what else to say about that. Just please pray for me for some protection, guys. Because like I said, I really want to be wrong here about this situation being made worse. Okay, I would love to be wrong about everything that has been going on. I would love to be. I just don't see how it could be. Oh, I know, right? I know, we know. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just, Lord help me. I got myself in quite the mess here. Hopefully I can just make sure that I've recognized the patterns enough to not fall trap, like to this type of trap again. You know, I just really hope that that's the case. Okay, so I feel like it will be, because this time I will listen to myself more, knowing like that I ignored my gut instincts for so long. Like like I pushed it away because I was like, that, you know, like, no, like it can't be that. Like my body is afraid naturally. Like, well, you know, I don't know what's up with that. I must just be like a scared person in general. But actually, no, no. I'm actually usually quite a happy and joyful person, and love talking to people and hanging out with people and listening to people. You know, like it's not my body's natural instinct to be afraid of everyone. If there's a reason, if I'm afraid of someone or feeling fear around someone, not that there aren't times where I'm afraid for reasons that I know are based on past wounds, you know, past childhood wounds that need to be healed. Okay, but sometimes there are real reasons, you know, and I don't know, the fact that someone could give me less than 30 days without even asking me if there was some type of solution we could come up to, when they knew the whole reason I was still living with. Here's the thing. Okay, here's something that I just wish that this person would ask themselves when it comes to this. If it was so easy, if it was going to be so easy for me to find a place, why was I still living with my ex when we met? If it was going to be so easy for me, it's not like I hadn't looked or tried before, but a part of me, I stopped because I had so much else going on for the past year, you know, that I was just honestly trying to survive. I've been literally living in survival mode for the past year, if not longer than that. You know, I felt like I found ways to get out of it with my meditations and my groups that I attend and stuff like that. But you know, I know how bad it is getting now by the fact that I can't even listen to music. Like I don't even feel desire or want to listen to music, especially when I'm driving. Like, that's just really weird for me. I'm just hoping that I can get through this, and I know I will. I will get through this, and the music will come back to me, and I'll be able to dance again. I did dance a little bit today. That made me feel better. I'm having hot flashes again right now. Woo! Sorry. Whew. Okay, that's part of why I have my hair up and it's wet, because, having wet hair actually kind of helps you stay cool. So if I'm looking a little moist here, guys, it's because I'm sweating. Hi there, April. Nice to see you. Okay, let's see if I missed anyone else. Thank you, Miss Liz. I really appreciate that. And I have, and that's the other thing I want to mention real quick, is I've still been doing my subliminals. Okay, and at this point, it is so interesting. Not that my hot flashes weren't coming back slowly before, but now that I have used these subliminals in like small chunks of time, I have noticed a pattern for sure that every time I start what is the word for it? Structured, disciplined, like I do it consistently. Every time I start a discipline like this with my subliminals, where I have a few of them that I make sure I listen to them every single day, a couple times a day. Every time I do this, I end up getting super bad hot flashes. I remember the first time I did it, I had a list of like 30 subliminals, and I literally was listening to them every single day. Okay, in the morning. I think it took like 6 hours or something like that to get through it, because you can do it you can do other things while you're listening to it. Okay. Especially if you listen to it at night, I guess, especially around first waking up and first going to sleep, like that brainwave state, it really gets them in there to help take hold for manifesting. And the first time I did that and had those 30 something subliminals, that was the first time that I had an outbreak of hot flashes that literally lasted me for months. It was like every 15 minutes for months. And every time I start doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the tarot readings for next week's energies, shall we? Let me just see what some other people are saying in here. Yes, I'm trying to break those chains, Jesse. I'm trying. Yes, I agree. I agree, Miss Liz. Yes, like seriously. She said, of course, consenting to more of this abusive environment will have insanely bad effects on multiple beings. We are with you. The path forward is showing itself, sis. That means a lot to me. And I truly know that now. Even last year when all of this started, I thought I'm strong enough to get through it. I mean, look, I'm still here, although I do feel broken. I do feel like I was broken. And I know now the cost. I remember saying often, even last year, to people that I felt like I was very much in a Nine of Pentacles situation. If you guys know that card, you can look up, think of the picture. It's a woman inside of a garden. She's surrounded by luxurious things, but you can't tell if it's a cage or if it's just a garden that she's walking in, and I felt like I truly understand the depth and the meaning of that card now. And that's really what I try to do when it comes to situations in my life and learning tarot and developing that relationship with my tarot deck, is to really fully take in and embody these moments with these different tarot cards, because like I think I've mentioned before, it's like, because the tarot cards are like mosaic tiles. Okay, a tile in itself isn't the picture, you know what I'm saying? But you can arrange those tiles to make so many different images, and it will be completely different, but it'll be the same tiles, just arranged in a different way. And I really feel like that is similar to how tarot is. It's using the same tiles for everyone, because we are all, to a certain extent, living these things. We're all experiencing these things at different points in time on this spiritual journey to self-realization. Okay, so I'm taking a deep breath. I want to get that card off of there. I'm tired of seeing that card. Okay, so if you would like a tarot reading with me, please email me at auroradiamondheart@gmail.com. All right, I'm still doing readings. I'm loving the readings that I get to do. So definitely reach out to me if you're interested. And if you're new here, please think about subscribing to my channel, and also hit the like button and share my video if there's anyone that you think would be interested in something like this. Okay, I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed already. Thank you so much. Like I said, we reached over 500. I'm halfway to 1,000, so I can live stream on my phone. Oh, super excited. All right, let's see. Okay. Ooh, that didn't want to go that much. Okay. Just the ending part right there. Okay, so name the one that can create a global light. Do humbly request. Would you please assist me in doing this tarot reading for the collective? Please let us know what these next week's energies are going to be like. Please convey the message in the best words that you can through me. And please let us just be made aware of what it is that we need to know. Okay? What is it that we need to know for the collective? What is it that we need to know? Okay. I feel like one more shuffle. Oh, yep. So a little bit stuck there. Right at the end, it's like it's all good, and then the very end gets a little bit stuck. So there's some stagnant energy right there towards the end, whatever it is that's happening here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, message for the collective. Message for the collective. Thank you, Janice. I just saw your message too. You'll focus on a safe place for me. Thank you, Janice. So appreciate you guys. All of you. Geraldine too. Like you guys have all really stepped up and helped me and talked to me in my times of hardship here. Thank you. Okay. Message from the collective. This next week's energies. Okay. What do we need to hear? First card, the Page of Swords. All right, so this guy is learning how to use words and communicate. Okay, he is perhaps not the best at communicating. He perhaps comes in a little bit too hard, too quick. You know, like he can have good intentions. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that he is not always the most careful when it comes to how he swings his sword, and because of that, he can end up chopping off a few heads, so to speak, as he rushes in to save the day, or whatever it is that he feels like he is trying to do, trying to help with. Because that's the thing, is that the Page of Swords is the type of character who wants to come in and help, wants to come in and be the hero and rescuer, right? But they're still new at, maybe not even so much new, it's just that they just haven't fully matured on how to communicate their words and how to use that effectively as a way to be of assistance. You know, not that they won't be of assistance, they can very much be of assistance, but they need to be a little bit careful with how fast and how hot they come in swinging that sword. Okay, so let's keep going, because otherwise it could lead to embarrassment, is the thing. Is that it can lead to just communicating in a way where you end up feeling a little bit embarrassed at the end. That's really the best word for it. So that's the Page of Swords energy. Let's see what we got coming up next. Tell us more about the message for the collective in regards to the Page of Swords. Tell us more. Tell us more about the message for the collective. Boom. All right, Six of Cups. So we got an opportunity for healing here. We got an opportunity for going through some childhood wounds, some childhood traumas, and to clear those. That's what this is. This is an opportunity to do that, to fix some mistakes from the past. Okay, it's very much a card about reminiscing. Even like you could just be even thinking about the way things used to be. You know, like good times. Even, you know, it doesn't have to necessarily be some tragedies, but it could be some things that need to be looked at and compared to what it is that you're dealing with now. Like, where are those patterns from your childhood repeating? You know, how do you get back on track emotionally? You know, because this is the cups, obviously, and the cups are about emotions. And if you notice, all these cups are full of something. Okay, there's something blooming inside of each and every one of them, and the children are stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. So perhaps this could even be saying to you, where could you have the opportunity to stop and smell the roses? You know, where do you need to slow down? And, you know, especially if we're talking about that connected to that Page of Swords energy. Okay, like, where is it that, okay, hold on, I'm feeling into this. Okay. Like, where is it from your childhood or your past that maybe you need to springboard off of, in a way that you can, in a way that you communicate now, that perhaps won't be so maybe a little premature, so to speak, like maybe so intensely, you know, like this is a part of maybe growing up from that point in your life in the past where it's like maybe you didn't have an opportunity even to practice communicating in order to become a better effective communicator. Because, you know, I know for me personally, in the years in my life that have passed, in the dark times, you know, it's like it was a very isolating time, you know, and the only way we can really heal is through each other. You know, the only way we can learn how we're doing things wrong, okay, is by having someone safe enough that you can make these mistakes and come back to the table and try again. Okay, so we're healing. We're doing some healing this week. Okay, what's the last part of the message here, guys? What's the last part of the message for this week's energies? What is it going to be? Tell us. The sun. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so something is about to have the light shone on it. Okay, something, the sun is very much about giving nurturance, like it's nurturing the seeds that you planted, so to speak. I mean, and I think it's funny considering it's right next to a bunch of pots full of flowers and stuff like that, because it's basically saying that we're going to be exposing these emotions from your childhood. Okay, we're going to be exposing them, we're going to be communicating about them. Okay, and the thing that you have to consider when it comes to the sun is that it can burn. The sun can burn. So again, where is it that maybe you might be coming in too hot, right? Like you're wanting to heal, you're wanting to evolve, right? And the sun is going to shine that light and shine that direction for you, right? It's going to light the path up for you to do this healing, and it's really mainly up to you to walk forward with it. It's like, also, I always see these as like a meeting of two people coming together, and like, and not only that, but it's the same type of image right here, these two people coming together and talking, okay, and feeling and looking at everything, looking at the truth, looking at what the true situation is in its entirety, okay, and learning how to communicate about it better. Okay, so I wish you guys luck. I hope that resonates with you. I definitely feel like I know how it resonates with me. So not too shabby here, guys. That's not too bad of a pull, but it definitely is suggesting that we're going to be doing some work, right? We're going to be doing some healing. Okay. Hello there, Michael. Nice to see you here. It's all right that you're late. You can always rewatch. So that was the tarot readings that we got for the Aquarian Tarot deck. So let's go on to the next one, and then I'll get on out of here because it's Friday, and quite honestly, my daughter's not here right now, so I plan on going door dashing. Trying to make that money, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull out the Adventure Time tarot deck. Let's see what you're saying. Oh, good. I'm glad it resonated with you. Yes, yes. Okay, so just getting distracted by the chat a little bit, guys. Oh, wait, let me see what you wrote here. Okay. Oh, Queen Victor. I feel that. I truly feel that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's get these tarot cards ready. Yes. Okay, so message for the collective. What is it that we need to be made aware of? Okay, message for the collective. Message for the collective. Please let me know what it is that we need to be made aware of. Just a few more shuffles, guys. You know that this is my heftier deck here, so it takes me a minute. These ones are shuffling really good, though, as a side note, compared to the Aquarian ones. So we got some smoother transition coming through for the Adventure Time Tarot message. Okay. Okay. Yes. There we go. Love it. Love it. Okay. There we go. All right, now we're just going to cut it. Please assist me in doing this reading. What is it that we need to be made aware of? Yes. Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on, my nose. Oh, okay, there we go. My nose ring sometimes gets tricky. All right. Just clearing the space for a second. Yes, what is it that we need to know? First card. Oh boy, are 2 cards coming? Okay, only 1 card. All right, first card. Well, it's funny. The last one we got was the sun. Now we got the moon. Okay, this is a very interestingly drawn moon, because actually the character doesn't look quite as similar as it should from the show. But I know this character, and this character is Marceline, the vampire queen. And the reason she's a vampire, though, is because she, similar to Guts, it's funny, similar to Guts from Berserk, she ended up fighting vampires after, like, the apocalypse in the world of, well, Earth. And then she ends up being a part of the land of Oo. But because she is a half human, half demon, okay, she already has, like, immortality. But she ends up becoming a vampire because she was killing all of them. And when she killed the king of the vampires, the only way he could find a way to, like, sneakily survive was that he bit her and made her the last remaining vampire. And she uses this to go out and to fight bad guys and stuff like that. She uses her abilities because of that. So she definitely, she gained something from the darkness, from the dark that she was put through. She gained powerful abilities. All right, so the moon here also can represent a time of extremes, extreme creativity, extreme depression. This is like an artist card, when they're creating. I think of, like, Vincent van Gogh. You know what I'm saying? Like someone who could be really, really high and then really, really low. All right, it's also showing us reflections, right? It's seeing shadows, so to speak, because what do we, like, the moonlight, it's not as strong as the sun, okay, but it offers us a chance of reflection. That's what I get the feeling of, especially with that lake there down below. It's like looking into the reflection, looking into the past, looking at the shadows that are inside of you, the creativity, like, what is it that drives you, type of thing. This is just what is coming forward for this card here today. It's just so very interesting that this is what they chose for the image for this one. I'm trying to think of anything else. I feel like it could speak on be careful of people being deceptive. Okay, you know, there's a path there, it looks like, behind this wolf guy here. Like, so it's like there is a path to go on here. I'm trying to feel into this card anymore. I don't know. I really get a good feeling about it, though. It looks so similar to the sun, but it's just a different type of light. Okay, so doing things under the cover of darkness, so to speak. Okay, but again, this character particularly, she uses the time that she went through in darkness. It gave her abilities, and she uses those abilities to help people. So let's keep going. Let's see what else we got for the adventure time. Okay. What else do we need to know about the moon? What else do we need to know about the message for the collective? Yes. Okay, got it. Boop. We got the Two of Cups. Okay, so the Two of Cups is actually a very positive card. You know, anyone who is on that twin flame journey, so to speak, I always associate the Two of Cups with that type of thing. In this particular case, though, with this particular character in the Adventure Time Tarot, we got sorry, the Psychic Tandem War Elephant. Okay, who was rescued by Finn and Jake, and then pledged his allegiance to them to fight for them. Okay, but the problem is that after they had fought their battle, okay, the Finn and Jake were like, I don't want to tell you what to do. Like, I want you to have free will. I want you to do what you want to do. And he didn't even know what to do with himself. Okay, like he literally was two heads like this too. Like he looks exactly like this in the show. Okay, and so he goes on an adventure basically, or like a quest to find out who he is and what it is that what place he can find in this world, because he was an ancient being. And now the time of warfare that he was originally created in and survived in, that warfare was over. So now what does he do with his abilities? What does he do with himself? Eventually he ends up finding a character that was put into a coma. That was, honestly, she was a witch, and she was trying to do some pretty nasty spell work on Princess Bubblegum in her Candy Kingdom. And so she was knocked out. All right, she was knocked into a coma, and the Psychic Tandem War Elephant comes and picks her up because he is a psychic. Okay, and he's got this ability, and so he was able to connect with her mind, and he decided to pick her up and take care of her, because that gave him a purpose, and that gave him something to live for. Okay, so what is it that we got? The moon coming in. Okay, so creativity, highs and lows. Okay, doing some self-reflecting. And then we got the Two of Cups. It's like, what journey is it that you need to go on in order to find a purpose in yourself again, right? Find the reason for your being here, something that you can fight for and work hard for. Okay, it's about inner unity, right? Coming together inside of yourself and finding that purpose, that drive, that harmony. It can also signify like a partnership or coming together. It can be a romantic relationship, okay, but it doesn't have to be, but it can be. Like I said, this often for me represents people who are seeking out that twin flame journey, or that partner of theirs that they can work in tandem with, like a psychic tandem, war elephant, two beings working as one, fused as one. Okay, so let's keep going though. What other energies we got coming forward for this next week? So who is it that you can work with creatively? Who is it that you can be in harmony with creatively? Okay, what is the last part of the message there, guys? Last part of the message. Okay. Wow. I was hoping this is funny, because when the moon came out, I was actually thinking at first it might be this card. I was kind of hoping it was, because this right here is probably my favorite card in tarot, and it's the Star card. Okay. So it's very interesting. We got the sun, the moon, and the stars this next coming week. So a lot of things coming into play. I feel like it could very well have to do with all of the astrological things that I've been mentioning today, the Venus retrograde. Like that, the moon is definitely some Venus retrograde energy, I feel like, for me personally. It's like going back over the things in the past, right? In when it comes to things that are associated with Venus, so things that are luxury, beauty things, finances, that's why I feel like financially I've been getting hit so hard. Okay, it's because that's part of the retrograde right now, is that it's close to my second house, which has to do with all of those things. All right, but let's get back to what I'm talking about with the message here for the collective. And we got the star card. So there's something that is meant to be. There's something of a path that you're walking where you are being guided. You are being guided. Like, you need to trust that. You need to trust, considering we got two major arcana cards, this is definitely like that stop sign on your life path, on your chart, that says, okay, this was planned. This was planned for you. Okay. And here we got Betty. Okay, this character's name is Betty. And she was very brilliant. Very brilliant. I mean, I guess you could kind of call her a witch or a wizard. She was more of like wizardy type of energy. But her whole point, like, she even has like a magic carpet. Okay, that was how she ended up. I forget exactly how she ended up getting that magic carpet, but she got this magic carpet, and her whole purpose was that she wanted to save the man that she loved. Okay, that she had managed to be like jump through a time portal, because the man that she loved is actually the Ice King, which is one of the main characters from the show. Okay, the Ice King only turned into the Ice King and forgot who he was because he had to use this the crown that he wears, the Ice King's crown, in order to survive after the apocalypse. And even though he didn't want to use the crown because it was slowly making him forget who he really was and turning him into this other thing, okay, like, was turning him into this other thing. And once he had an opportunity to remember who he was, being later on in the world with magic being a thing that people could use again nowadays, he found a way once he was turned back into Simon for a second, and he was going to die. Because here's the thing, once that spell of him being the Ice King, and it was hundreds of years later, okay, he basically just left Betty. She thought he just disappeared. She never knew what happened to him, okay? And so all these hundreds of years later, he ends up having the spell of the Ice King taken off of him, and he turns back into his self, who he was, which is Simon, okay? But because it was all these hundreds of years later, his body starts to deteriorate really quickly. So he hurry up and he invents this machine so that he can go back and he can tell Betty, like, hey, I didn't leave you. This shit happened, basically, and this is what happened to me, and I'm sorry, and I just wanted to come back quickly and tell you, like, I love you, and I'm sorry that all these things. And so the portal is open, and she sees that, and she was like, because she disappeared. Never mind. It's because she disappeared. Okay. And he never knew what happened to her. And that was part of the reason that it drove him insane, and that he chose to wear the crown, was because he never knew what happened to her. Okay. Well, what happened to her was that he had come back and opened that portal in time, and she jumped through it. Okay. So all that time that he had been searching for, it was only because in the future he opened up that portal to tell her what happened to him. And she was like, I want to be with you. And so she jumps into it. And when she finds him, okay, slowly dying because of the fact that the magic from the Ice King's crown is no longer working, all she wants to do is try and find a way to save him. But the only way to save him, basically, is to put the Ice King's crown back on him. Okay, and by doing that, he forgets who she is again. Okay, and so she spends the rest of the show, all the way until the very end, just trying to find a way to make her love remember who she is. All right, and to save him and to rescue him. Okay, she's a fascinating character. There's so many things I could go into here when it comes to her. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can say about this. So, like, ultimately, her dream to keep him safe does happen, but it comes at a great cost. It comes at a great cost. but she does end up being successful. So where is it that you need to figure out how to use your magic in order to continue on your journey, right? I feel like, again, this is guided, like she was being guided every step of the way for her one goal. What goal is it that you have in mind, all right, that the spirits can help guide you on? Because they are there guiding you, just like they were guiding her. What passion is it that drives you? What is it that you're creative about? Okay, what love is, what is it that you love, that you want to come into unity with? Okay, what is it that, okay, so yes, what is it that you're created of? What love inspires you, all right, to keep going on that journey, right? Because you are being guided, and you will be taken there. You know, it kind of gives me Aquarius vibes because she's pouring these two water jugs, right? So I'm getting real big Aquarius vibes from it. And Aquarius, as we know, is more of isolated type of energy. It's more of a liking to be the outsider kind of energy. It's the ultimate humanitarian, but they just do it in a way that is opposite from like the Leo sign, which is bold and bright and colorful and like energetic and in your face. Aquarius is more like it is literally on the opposite side of the spectrum from that. So how they go about rescuing or showing being a humanitarian, how they go about it, okay, is going to be a little bit more guided, a little bit more isolated, more of an alone type of journey. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be complete, like you're going to be alone by yourself, okay? Because again, and the reason I say that is because we got this Two of Cups. That's why I say that. So be prepared to come into union with yourself or with someone and to be guided and keep going, okay? Oh, I really love that card. Oh, I mean, I could really talk about that character all day, but I feel like I've been going on too much about it. So, okay, yes. Oh, it does describe you to a T, Miss Liz. You are so Aquarius. Okay, so I think that is the best I got for today, guys. I hope that resonates with some of you. You know, it's always a little bit of an interesting reveal when it comes to Adventure Time cards. I'm still filling those cards out. I was really hoping that we would get some new cards today, though, because I know I get a lot of the same ones. You know, we go through these transitions where it's like for a short time, we'll just keep pulling like the same cards, you know, and now it seems like we've switched out of it. And we got some heavy energies coming for sure, but it seems like they're positive and they're guiding. Because like I said, we had the sun, we had the moon, and we have the stars. So things are in alignment for this Two of Cups is all I'm going to say. Things are really getting into alignment for that, for this reunion. Possibly like a twin flame reunion, a past life reunion, a true love reunion. Okay, the dark times that you've been through, you're going to use those abilities in order to create this and manifest this coexistence. I get a really good feeling about it, although it feels like it's not that it's not that it will be without some hardships and without some ups and downs, you know, under the cover of darkness. Okay, so that is what I have to say about that one. I hope that resonates with you guys, as usual. And thank you so much for dropping those links in there for me, Miss Liz. I so appreciate you. So appreciate you. Really. Thank you, Joanna. Oh, oh. I hope to see you out here doing some live streams with some tarot readings and such. You would be such a great live streamer. I just can feel it. I can feel it coming from you. Like you got the look, you got the sound, you got the good voice for it. You know, you got the talent. That's for sure. Sorry, not to like single someone out here, guys, like that, but I've talked to Joanna quite a bit, and Spirit is just moving me right now to say this. Like you would be a great live streamer if you've ever considered it. Definitely think about it, okay? The Two of Cups follow you as well. Yeah. Two of Cups. Okay. So I put my cards away now. If there's anything else, if anyone has anything else left to say, any questions, any comments, now is the time. Here is the platform here in the chat. So I'm just going to hang out for a second. What is it? Almost 5 to 8. Perfect. Okay. Oh, that's all right, Janet. That's all right. Listening is enough. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's okay. You guys, you're so funny. It's okay that you were late. It's all right. I appreciate you just being here at all. You don't understand. Like, thank God for all of you guys. You really helped me pull through here. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Geraldine. My God, you guys. Thank you. This is me giving you all a hug. Okay, I'm sending it to you. Oh, apparently that's what you need to do too when you're like when you're going through certain emotional things or whatever. Like, I remember I posted this little TikTok and she was like, when you're feeling anger, you gotta shake, and when you're feeling heartbroken, you gotta hug yourself like this, give comfort to yourself. So that is what I've been doing, comforting myself, and giving you guys hugs, sending you guys hugs, because we're really all one, right? We're all one being in different bodies. We're the whole spectrum of light and dark. Oh, I love you guys. I love you too, guys. Okay, then. Let's see. Work with your dragon egg. Yes, I will work with my dragon egg. I keep it with me. I literally sleep next to it every night. So I will definitely keep that by me. Thank you for reminding me to connect with that more, Miss Liz. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah? I should have done some shaking last night. Oh, you went ahead and quit your job. Oh, man. Oof. That's right. That you're like the second person today that I have come across that has had a job shift like that, like a job ending type of stuff. Yes, you got to shake it out. I wish I could remember what the other things that she said was. Like, there were other emotions that she gave that you could do like movements and stuff for, but those are the only two I can remember right now. So yes. I'm feeling very happy now. I have Noble Truth here, which, by the way, guys, he actually has a channel too. He won't ever tell you guys, but I'm totally outing you right now. He has a YouTube channel too that if you would are interested in hearing about his personal life experiences, which is quite fascinating. I have to tell you, I've watched his videos and there's a lot to take in. And he has a channel you can subscribe to if you want. So you can go ahead and click on his little But anyway, I was trying to read what he was saying. He said, ever think about doing a tarot cooking show? Do you have Taurus placements in your chart again? I cannot remember. I feel like you need to have some Taurus placements in your chart for as much as you send me food stuff. I love the food stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, you definitely have opened my mind, blown my mind when it comes to all the different types of creations that people can make when it comes to baked goods. Like, I had no idea. Some of the things he sends me, guys, I'm like, that looks fucking delicious, but it also looks crazy to make that. Like, that's insane. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Keep it coming. Tarot cooking show, though. I don't know if I could see myself doing something like that, but maybe eventually mention some healthy recipes or something like that if I can get better at being a cook. I'm a baker. I'm not a cook. I'm a baker, okay? I can bake so good, but cooking, god dang, like, prep for cooking. That is just, it's just not my specialty, guys. It's just not my specialty. It's not my strong suit. I'll just say that. I'm a fucking baker. It's exactly right. Oh, you guys. Okay. Oh, see, look at that. I got you a subscriber, Jesse. Very nice. Okay, yeah, we could do that, Miss Liz, for sure. You do the cooking. and I'll do the baking. That's a total deal. Because let me tell you, she has sent me some pictures of some things that she has made where my mouth is literally watering. I'm like, could you let me just give you my address. You can go ahead and send that to me, but I guess by then it would be good. But still, like, I wish I could. I wish we need that portal system working. Okay, we need replicators. Can we just have replicators like Star Trek already? Like, I want to just go to, my wall and be like, Earl Grey hot, and I get a little cup of fucking tea, like, I'm sorry. I'm so bad swearing today, guys. I'm in a mood, okay? Nightmare continues, all right? All right. Someone bring the kombucha. Oh my god, you guys. All right, okay. And you'll bring the candles, Sandra? Perfect. Oh my god, this is turning out to such a perfect thing. Yes, and Joanna does the cupcakes too. Joanna apparently she used to be a really good I mean, what were you, did you work at a bakery or something? I feel like you said that. Like, I know you make really good stuff. Yes. Yeah, send a picture for sure, Sandra. Send me a picture. Profanity is power, I got someone saying. Thank you, Janice. And I mentioned this before, actually. People who swear, they said that people who swear are more honest people. People who are willing to. Astral sign cupcakes. Astrology sign cupcakes. That would be kind of cool. Dinner party in the astrals. Yes. Let's all meet up tonight, guys, in the dream space and have a big old 5-course meal. Seriously. Although, I've heard, I've read, okay, that's one of the things that a lot of time, I guess, spirits and ghosts say that or ghosts, like earthbound spirits and stuff, say that they miss. Even spirits that I've actually crossed that psychics talk to, they say that they miss being able to eat. I remember, Sylvia Brown. I read all her books when I was younger, and I even met her and went to like auditorium thing that she did. Like, that wasn't a conference, it was like a talk. But I remember in her book she said that was one of the things that the spirits communicated with her, was that they missed having a body to be able to eat. So definitely think about that when you're eating a really good meal, that this is the 3D life is the only place that we can do that, so treat yourself. Don't be too strict on yourself. Definitely leave a little something sweet out for the fae, Oh, cake decorator. Yeah, that's right. Joanna was a cake decorator. Mm-hmm. Lovely. I agree. Honesty is the best policy. The weight of having to remember lies. That's why I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand. I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut when it comes to the truth. I just, at least, my understanding of things. Mm-hmm. Well, Captain Barbosa says that in Pirates of the Caribbean. What does he say? Oh my gosh, Queen Victor, that's one of my favorite movies. What does he say? Oh. He says, I'm too on. Or is that what he says? I don't remember. Yes. Oh, that's right. He does say that they remember, because they're like undead and so they can't eat or drink and nothing will satisfy them. That's the very definition, actually, of what hungry ghosts are, which is what is like in Japanese and Asian, Chinese, like the Asian continent over there, like that is, they have a thing that they used to do lots of artwork about called hungry ghosts. And these were earthbound spirits that would, and this is disgusting, but they would basically follow people around and like eat the dirt, the nasty stuff, like gross stuff. And nothing was ever filling them. They're like all like super skinny and thin, but they had the bloated bodies and stuff like that because they were starving and things like that. Ugh. Anyway, hungry ghosts are a real fucking thing, guys. Hungry ghosts are a real thing. Yeah, energy vampires. Exactly. Yeah, it turns into not but ash in our mouth. I love that movie so much. I love that entire series, the Pirates of the Caribbean. In fact, I did a whole episode on one of the characters last year. Actually, was the whole thing. I talked about Davy Jones and Calypso. My character was Calypso, and the person here was Davy Jones. So that's very, very interesting. There, this is all coming up. Love it. Ooh, this one, the Phoenix. I like that name. Hold on, they said if somebody was honest, I would not be living in the Midwest. Not sure what that okay. Trying to figure out what it is that are you saying that you don't like the Midwest? I live in the Midwest. I know. I've only ever lived here though. I lived in Florida for a short time too, which was nice. It was just hard to be away from my children. I moved and I was away from my children at that point. So I keep saying I'm going to leave, and now I'm getting caught up in these talks with you guys. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. I'm just reading what's going on here, guys. Okay. Hungry ghosts also bring understanding about the distinctions of life that seduce you into forgetting what you really desire. That's very interesting. You say that, Geraldine. It very much reminds me of the character of Betty on the star card when we're talking about the Ice King, and forgetting who you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no kidding. I wasn't aware that, like, yeah, is there I see you writing back there, Jesse, saying something about you'd still be able to find less of a liar, not in the Midwest. Wow, is there something by region that there are more liars by region in the Midwest or something? I don't know. I'm missing something, guys. I'm totally missing something. Oh, thank you, Miss Liz. I feel like that's part of why I am still here talking right now. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Although look at that. You say that. Now I'm just like, oh, now I feel calm and like, all right, I probably am ready to head on out. I'm starting to get a little, I can feel my energy starting to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a real, it's definitely taken me off my path or so I mean, it's felt like that. It's felt like it's definitely, it's like slowly taking up so much of my time and my energy to focus on trying to just like bop and weave like through what the fuck is happening, that it's like that's all I have the energy to do, is to focus on how do I not get hurt, how do I not get hit, how do I not get attacked anymore, how do I still be true to myself and be honest with what I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing without it being used to hurt me and being used against me to attack me. I don't, that it's literally taking like all the joy and the happiness that I was living on a regular daily basis, like that yeah, I had moments where I still had hardships and stuff like that, but I had such a well that was full of love that it was easy to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I just feel like it's been like boom, 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 boom. Like how do I'm like trying so hard, like come on. It's almost like this. It's almost like you get involved with certain people, okay, and you have the best of intentions going into it, and you're like, we're going to help each other, right? And let's say one of you has done a little bit more of the shadow work than the other, and so, or like you're a little bit more on that higher vibration of love and joy than the other person. And the thing is you want to help them because you're wanting them to come up to that love and joy place that you're at, right? And so you're like reaching out that hand and you're like, come on, like, come on, come up here. And instead of using that hand to pull themselves up here and like help them up, instead they start pulling down and pulling you down. And like, here I am going to fall off the chair, like that is what I feel like essentially has kind of happened here, is that I thought I was so hopeful that I would be able to show another individual how to love themselves and to be connected to God in a way that they would feel the same love and joy about just existing that I was feeling. And unfortunately, I overestimated my ability, or like overestimated my ability to help this person come up to that high vibrational state. And so instead, they're just pulling me down. I don't know. All right, Janice, this is nice to see you. It's all right that you got to go. Okay. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, trying to cause me to derail from my, but we're all here now, and we are all going to help me. Please, we're going to help lift each other back up and get my train back on that track. I'm going to get my train back on that track, and I'm going to go forward. I'm going to get my chariot. I'm going to get those horses aligned, and I'm going to make my way out into the world, get my voice heard so that I can help other people who are trying to do the same, accomplish the same stuff that I am, which is get into alignment with your highest, your timeline, your highest timeline of love and joy, right? That's what we want to do. That's my intention. Okay. And I'm going to get back there. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I am going to get back on track. Choo choo. Yes. Yes, Miss Liz. Yes. Yes. I agree with you guys. Yeah. Oh, I'm done trying, Sandra. I'm done trying to do that at this point. Like I'm literally just surviving at this point. I'm just literally like surviving, like with a shield, like, please, God, please, 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 just let me have a safe place. Just please let me get myself on my feet so that way, you know, me and these kids don't end up on the fucking street, because that would just, that's the worst case scenario for me, is that my kids and I will either be on the street or we'll be split up because we don't have a place to all be together, and that would just be too much. That would just, you know, I'd be like the female lead in that show I was just talking about, Berserk. You know, and she basically ends up like losing her mind at the end. So, yes. I'm starting to make my weird noises now, so I'm definitely gonna start taking off, guys. Okay. I love you guys. You can again, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Please reach out to me by email if you have any questions for me whatsoever at auroradiamondheart@gmail.com. Yes. Thank you, Deborah. Oh, that's right. You're in Michigan too. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to go back and re-listen. I got into a lot of good stuff there today, Deborah. Yes, please email me. Again, like I said, please email me, and please pray for me to help open up an affordable home for me to live in that's big enough for me and my children. That's really all I need. And if I can have that, I can really get back to focusing on what it is that I actually came here to do and not just surviving. So, and if you would like to donate to help me to afford my new car and to afford a new place, I mean, I hate to beg like this, guys. It feels like that. But I definitely need the help. And if you have any more else help that you can give me, please scroll up in the chat and find the links that Miss Liz dropped for us. Miss White Swan right there. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Thank you for being here, Deborah. Appreciate you popping in at the end. And thank you, Braden, for praying for me. I much appreciate that. Okay. Mwah. I'm about to end it in 5, 4, 3,